how long you stay?
I think till tomorrow.
Okay, let's start.
Okay.
Did this day to wake up hurt?
Did this day to wake up hurt?
Or did it hurt to wake up today?
It hurts to wake up every day, but usually in America, where I live, the greater Los Angeles area, I find it's easier to create or just to do whatever I do when the sun is down. So it's not simply to try to live vampire hours, but vampires got it right when they didn't go out in the daytime. I think a lot of it because also when I paint, I usually paint between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. It seems like not only the people that are around me personally, the rest of the world, everyone's brains are kind of shut off, so there's less static in the world. So I like to paint in solitude, but then, that it does involve, things that will make your head hurt the next day, so to speak. So yes, but it didn't hurt to wake up today. It was okay.
Because it's Vienna.
Yes.
It's not LA.
No. I think that's why. It's a time change. Now I'm like living, it's like an undead sort of thing.
It's almost done.
It's nighttime where I'm supposed to be, so I can be awake during the day here. It's math. It's in the Bible.
So what do you try to avoid, the day or the sun?
People. But yeah, it's not the sun. I mean, the sun's hot in general. We know that. That's basic. I think just during the day, there's a lot of people that do things that you don't want to really talk to. Nighttime, there's people that do things that you want to talk to. Hookers, drug dealers, your basic people. I live above a liquor store. I don't ever go to it, but they do sell pornography and sexual enhancers and liquor, but I don't go there. I stay up and paint.
But it feels
That's
good.
my resistance. It's like the Bible. I'm like Jonas, or the guy that was in the belly of the whale. It's me.
And the whale is the liquor store.
That is correct.
And it feels good to live above a liquor store.
It doesn't feel good because my fuse box, when the power goes out, it's in the liquor store. So I have to get drunk to get the power to come back on. It's very difficult.
They deliver? Or you have to go there?
I have to physically go there. There's a trap door in my floor, and I climb down.
That's true?
I haven't gotten shot yet, but
Is
I
that
could.
true?
It is true.
It sounds like in a video of yours.
It is. My life is like that.
Is your life a video?
Yes, because you're filming it, so it is.
And you're the art director?
Sometimes I'm just the actor.
I like your videos because they're really like artsy and very special. Your style.
Thank you.
What came first, the music or the painting?
The chicken or the egg? I think. I suppose if I look back when I was in school, I wanted to be an artist, but I wasn't a painter. I would draw, and I ended up starting a band. But I probably put the same visual elements into that, wearing makeup, creating photography, directing videos, that type of thing. And I realized it was probably around the time when I made the record Mechanical Animals. I was recording and there were things that I couldn't really sing in a song. So I started painting, and at the beginning I painted things that were more abstract and didn't contain people's eyes. And then when I started to paint more, it wasn't just something to do as a hobby or something to do as an alternative. So I made a great effort to separate the two because I didn't want to be considered a rock star that had a hobby. I wanted to earn my right as a painter, simply as a painter. If people see a painting, you either like it or you don't. It's very simple with art. With songs, sometimes you attach yourself too much to who's doing it. Someone might love or hate a song that I do simply because it involves me. But if you see a painting from someone, it appeals to you in a different way. So I wanted to keep them separate. And I'm at a point now, especially I think this visit and this exhibition here in Vienna marks for me, I'm in the middle of creating a new record, and I'm gonna, for the first time, focus on making the artwork one with the music and making them together, in the sense that I don't feel the limitations of separating any of my expression anymore for concerns of respect or anything like that. I feel like this is who I am, and taking great inspiration from Dali, Andy Warhol, where everything is open to me as an artist, visually, musically, however I want to do it. Give more people things to hate or love, just a better menu.
So with the exhibition here in Vienna, you feel like arrived in the art world?
I do. I feel that it's what any painter would want to achieve, respect-wise, to get this type of an exhibit. I think that for me, just as a personal achievement, I feel that it's the most important exhibition for me so far.
You have a lot of fans for your music.
Mm-hmm.
Are there also fans for your paintings so far? Do they know? Is there an art world familiar with your work so far?
I think that sometimes fans of the music will also be fans of the paintings if they choose to, because they're fans, so they look deeper and they'll find that. And I think that I've discovered that there are people who would have nothing in common with my music that like the art, and I like to have both those elements. And I don't expect people that like my paintings to like my music. Sometimes I don't I don't like music that is similar to my music, in the sense that I don't want to simply be associated with something that is very specific. Everybody likes a certain type of thing appeals to people, and I'm not trying to cross all of the different borders by making different types of art, but when it comes to a painting, that isn't something that someone may like a painting, but there's no way that I would ever expect them to like a song that I do, because they're just completely different.
It's a special technique you work in, so it's not oil on canvas, it's a transparent technique. Why you choose for that?
I paint watercolor on paper, and I paint on the floor, on my knees, which ends up hurting a lot. I don't really know why I chose that technique, except I like that it stains. It's a bit of a stain, as opposed to, I think a lot of people, other painters that I've met, have asked me why I chose watercolors, because to them, someone who paints oil or acrylic, they think that it's more difficult, and to me it's the opposite, because I can't paint in oil colors or acrylic because it's just not what I'm used to. I painted what just came naturally to me, and I think I liked it most as a stain. I think it started when back when I first started touring. I used to have a really bad habit of smashing beer bottles on myself, and I'd wake up with blood stains all over the sheets. I think that reminds me of that. So I think it's a bit of that, and it's also because I think watercolors are very soft, and I like to take ideas in my head that are very, I think, when you're having a dream, it doesn't have defined edges around it. Everything's very sort of loose and lucid, and a lot of people that, and I can if I wanted to, and I suppose one of my paintings, like of Edgar Allan Poe, I can paint photorealistic, or I can paint traditionally if I want to, as opposed to expressionist, and but I try to paint how I dream. And I think that watercolors allows me to paint lucidly, where it's undefined on the edges. And to me, if you want to paint something that's very defined, I would use a camera. I would take a photograph. I think that's a better way of doing it.
it's a soft technique, but there are very strong issues, like Snow White and other very strong issues. So why this contrast, kind of?
I think simply because of the contrast. I think that I'd liked taking very light colors and children's paint set, pastels, and painting images that people might expect to be very, not simply just morbid in their context, but just dark. People expected them, I think people would expect a lot of my paintings to look like me, you know, very black and white and, you know, very contrast. But instead I paint them with a different type of, I don't use shadows in the same way that I would in real life. I use them with colors. So it's just a different way for me to express myself.
There's a waiting line for your interviews. So last question. Some people would say these are pervert images with the pubic hair and so on. What is pervert for you?
Well, the image that you speak of with the hair, that was actually when I shaved my head. I was concerned that I could not paint pubic hair because I was not a skilled enough pervert. So I shaved my head and I glued it on. So if anything, I'm more of a barber or a hairstylist than a pervert, which could be one and the same, depending on what your hairstyle is.
But what is your idea about pervert?
I think anything that is not already existing in nature to the human eye is a perversity. So essentially everything that I paint is a perversity, but that's essentially the creation of art. You know, if someone takes a photograph or paints something that looks exactly like what you see with your eye, then you're just simply documenting reality. But if you create something that is your opinion of reality, it is a perversion. That's what it is. It's a perversion of nature. And so in that sense, I am a grand pervert of that. But I don't think it's a negative thing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.